Hello everyone, welcome back to Trek A Day. The new year is upon us. We are almost at the point of seeing the premiere of Starfleet Academy and seeing what that show holds for us, and I think we are now entering the final year of Kurtzman era Trek, so it should be interesting. That tied along the 60th anniversary. Curious to see what happens. I think this could be a very interesting and hopefully exciting year for the franchise. Strange New Worlds has wrapped up principal photography, and little bits of information are coming out about these two upcoming seasons. Again, they're only going to be 10 and then I believe it's 6 episodes, so really short, and they will most likely both be out before the end of this year, so not too far away. It has been revealed that they did cast someone to play a young Sulu. Actor Kai Murakami is going to be playing Sulu, and Thomas Jane is going to be portraying Leonard McCoy. And it seems as if they won't be in until the end of the 5th season, so I don't think we'll be seeing them at all in season 4. Really just kind of probably giving a big wrap up at the end of season 5, with everyone kind of showing where that next era of Star Trek would be. Again, I'm really hoping these last 2 seasons aren't just a season-long pitch for that year 1 show. It sounds like a horrendous idea. I feel like it's very unlikely to happen, and it just seems like if you're wasting a lot of the time of Pike's time in the captain's seat with just setting up the future show instead of actually spending time with his era and with his captaincy, you're just kind of wasting it. And I feel like that I really hope that Stranger Worlds doesn't keep going in that direction. I feel like it's been doing that a lot, where it's taking away from the premise of really enjoying the current cast of characters by spending way too much time pining for TOS in a way it's really not working. And continuing the TNG rewatch from season 1, we have the Arsenal of Freedom, where the Enterprise is investigating the disappearance of the USS Drake, and they end up encountering this automated weapons sales system, kind of the ultimate infomercial for a series of automated weapons systems. And they immediately encounter a problem having the away team separated from the ship by this system, and things only get worse as the system is set up to adapt. That's part of what makes it so great, and part of what led, as they find out, to the downfall of the people who were initially creating and selling these weapon systems. And it's interesting on 2 fronts. I really enjoy everything Planet side. I think they do a great job. There's again some really good Beverly and Jean-Luc tension there. They really try and sell them as a couple so early on and just drag it out throughout this whole series. They just should have been together. They're so wonderful, and just lots of great moments for everyone Planet side. And then on board the Enterprise, Geordi is stuck in command, and it's really cool to see him kind of thrust into that situation before he really feels ready, and see how he handles it, and of course butting heads then with the current chief engineer, or the one who's on duty, as they had sort of a multiple chief engineer rotating thing going on in season 1. But a really good episode for Geordi in season 1 as well, and it's just a fun one. I think this is one of the more interesting season 1 episodes, followed by another one that works really well. This is an interesting blend with Symbiosis, to where it still has a lot of that TOS era feel that a lot of season 1 has, but at the same time, the idea, the storytelling involved in it has almost that inkling of what is to come with TNG as well in there. It has a big standout to where I feel like if you just sort of redressed a few things here and there, and obviously Tasha not being there and things, you could mistake this for being a season 2 or 3 episode of TNG, and it works really well. The idea of 2 societies that are completely dependent upon each other, while one society is really just a society of drug dealers who are leeching off the labor of another society they have completely addicted to something that they believe is a cure for an illness and something they need to survive. And you enter the moral dilemma of how do you solve this situation once it comes to light what's really going on? What is the best way of handling things, because there's really no way of either don't get involved whatsoever, or you involve yourself to where you are completely just radically changing the fabric of two complete societies with your actions. And it's interesting to see how it plays out. And this is one of those that becomes, again, later on like a Lower Decks joke, where I would love to have seen a follow-up to this, maybe even during like Deep Space Nine. That would have been really interesting to see how things are going. And of course we got that in an animated kind of jokey form, but that's one of the things that can be a drawback sometimes with the weekly episodic format, is sometimes it could be interesting to go back and revisit some of these things, but there's so much that it's almost impossible to go back and revisit everything, and some things get left behind. But this would have been, in particular, I think, a situation that would have been interesting to see later on in TNG, like a Season 7 episode or like a Deep Space Nine. Ends up working really well, and I feel like this one was in the reruns rotation a lot in the late 90s, early 2000s, especially in comparison to a lot of other Season 1. Season 1 didn't seem to be rerun quite as much, but this one seemed to stand out, and I feel like it was shown more frequently because of that. I hope you're having a good start to the new year. And what Star Trek stuff are you looking forward to or hoping that we will see in 2026? There could be some interesting things on the horizon, and I still feel like there could be some 60th anniversary related, even current Star Trek era related stuff that has not yet been revealed. I really hope that we do get some interesting things to celebrate this important anniversary this year.